to foreign interventions, and of course, Turkey suffered from terror for a long time. But Turkey also has the experience. Turkey also has the experience with dealing with terror groups, from ISIS to the PKK and all different groups. And we're going to discuss these issues. Dr. Shanqiti, you know, terror is common in especially with the Muslim countries. I mean, is it that Muslims are, you know, prone to terrorism, or are they victim of terrorism? And terror is used against these Muslim countries to weaken them, or to make them maybe more loyal and stuff. Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed, for the opportunity. Well, there are many ways in the interpretation of terrorism. Some people tend to interpret it intellectually in a kind of essentialist way, and they try to connect terrorism to a specific culture or ethnicity or region. And I think that's a very misleading way of reading terrorism. And unfortunately, Muslims are victims of terrorism twice. First, their blood. Second, their reputation. But more accurate and I think wiser approach to deal with terrorism and to understand it is to deal with it in a contextual manner. Terrorism is always related to the social, political context. In the Islamic world, of course, we have many structural problems. Problems of political legitimacy, problem of clashing identities, problem of borders between countries that have been drawn without any consultation of people of the region. The region did not develop according to its natural laws, as one of the British historians noticed. So there are many structural problems. Terrorism has nothing to do with Islam, has nothing to do with specific religion. All societies who are facing structural problems can witness this kind of phenomena. Same time, I think the external factor cannot be ruled out also. For the tragic events that happened today, I think people who committed this heinous crime today are trying to achieve one of three goals, or perhaps all of the three goals. Number one, they want to manipulate the political internal or the internal politics in Turkey, because Turkey is heading toward very crucial and very important election in a few months. So they want to manipulate the political scene inside Turkey. Number two, I think they want to stop the economic revival that started in Turkey in this last summer after this stagnation of Corona and the economic problem in Turkey and in every country because of Corona. So the Turkish economy started to revive, and there are some people who don't want that to happen also. And third, I think they want to make Turkey busy with its internal problems. And so Turkey cannot play any serious regional or international role. I think these are the main goal, to my understanding, of the crime that we have seen today. I hope we won't see other crimes like this, but we have to be careful in the coming weeks and months. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Shankiti. And in the recent days, there was discussion about whether Erdogan is going to lose or not. And in recent months, actually, the vision changed or the prospect changed that he came out as a strong performance in the uh, international stage with Grain deal, with many other active foreign diplomacy, and also inside economy began to stabilize, and we now realize terror is another tool used to achieve what they want. Of course, yeah, we repeat that our condolences to the deceased, to the injured, but this will not make us surrender, because the aim or the goal of terrorism is to terrorize people, not particularly these people who are wounded, or they don't target them personally. They target the country, they target the whole population, and they want to send a message of despair, losing hope and optimism. They want to spread pessimism, and they want to also cause more, disappointment. And also, this will, if generally, if this prevents like economy, tourism, and other things, then they succeed. But this will not work in Turkey, because we experienced this several times. We even did not surrender to the coup attempt by tanks and F-16s, airplanes, and stuff. And we kind of became more sturdy with these efforts. And Turkey spent almost like $1 trillion to fight against the PKK. Fighting PKK like 40 years. It's almost over. I mean, PKK cannot do any major activities, and the more they cannot do, the more desperate they get, and they want to do anything possible. And we know that they are used by, I mean, openly by America and others, and Iran, for example, support them in Iraq by. And of course, they both have to weaken the goal of weakening Turkey, but Turkey is also strong and also get used to this. And this will not make Turkey despaired and surrender to the terroristic activity. So, and of course, we feel sorry, and we feel, I mean, we feel them as martyrs. They've been rewarded, and they won't be forgotten. But at the end, we're gonna stand strong against these efforts. I don't know if, especially with ISIS, for example, if this is, I mean, there are possibility that this may be, I mean, it's not 100% confirmed, but the officials are working on who is with watching videos and with identifying the person. I think they identified the person, but which terror group she belongs will be clear soon. And Turkey is very transparent in all these and throughout the past, and we'll see soon who is behind it. And if it is gonna be, because this is like a touristic area, in this year especially, despite the world economic crisis and global war in Ukraine and all these, Turkish economy was performing very strongly. The exports were, record highs, and tourism were also very, very high. And this action, this terrorist attack, the late today's attack, seemed to target tourism. I mean, Turkey is attracting a lot of tourism from east and west, and was very, very strong this year, despite Corona and despite the global fighting the global war, especially. And I think this makes some countries some hidden circles suspicious or get angry, or they want to do something about Turkey's growing economically while others are maybe struggling, etc. So this terrorist attack seemed to attack the tourism sector, where you find Eastern and Western. Taksim is one touristic area, but it's not the whole Istanbul. I mean, that's not exaggerated. Taksim is important and beautiful, but Taksim or the İstiklal Street connecting Taksim, also Taksim Square, is not the only place we have. We have Old City, which is next to Grand Bazaar. We have Üsküdar. We have Kadıköy. We have Eminönü. We have other also modern districts, like very touristic, attract tourism. So this is not gonna affect the whole tourism, but of course, it will have some demoralizing impact, and especially if tourists they feel like I mean they scared. I mean, as I mentioned, the goal of terrorism is to terrorize people. If we feel terrorized, and if not me personally, but if tourists are terrorized, it will be impacted. But I think Turkey is have seen this before and get over it, and we will get over that again. So, Dr. Zaid, who else we can invite?
Doctor,
Yes.
excuse me, Hujam. Sorry. Again, we have many audience here in the space. I see there are Arabic name. So
yes.
I think we should talk in Arabic, so not just in English.
Okay, we mix it,
what
inshallah. We mix Arabic okay, and English, inshallah. No problem.
Thank you very much.
We have Anas Tikriti from the UK. Dr. Anas, ahlan wa sahlan. Of course, he speaks good English. So we stick to English with him. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much,
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, Dr. Zaid. Thank you very much for holding this space meeting. And the first thing to say is my sincere condolences to all those shuhada who passed away in this criminal act, and also my prayers and dua to those who have been injured and wounded, that inshallah they recover soon, and to the families of the victims also, that they are patient, and that inshallah, ultimately that the authorities find out who committed this, who's behind it, and what the objectives are. I honestly don't think that it comes as a surprise that there are various parties who want to destabilize Turkey internally, as well as obviously externally. But this, regardless of who has committed it and for what particular reasons, we await to hear from the authorities the official statements regarding this. But Turkey, in terms of the phase and the role that it is playing, is something that many would like to destabilize and would like to see diminished and overwhelmed by internal as well as external challenges. And therefore, it saddens me to say that I'm not entirely surprised that this has happened. It's obviously shocking and very, very troubling, but it's not surprising. Turkey is now a leading player in geopolitics and is an influencer in terms of the global world order. And that is something that many states, many agencies, many authorities, many groups would like to see end and would like to see disturbed. And whether it be, nearby countries, whether it be faraway agencies, whether it be, it's unfortunate that the Turkish people have to suffer this, but this is the price for being independent, for being sovereign, for being someone who presents a global strategy that doesn't match and doesn't fit with the overwhelming strategy that is desired of this particular region. But in any case, I'm quite confident that the Turkish authorities will not only overcome this particular challenge alongside the Turkish people, because this is now, it's not against the government, it's against Turkey, and it's against all Turkish people, and I'm pretty sure that everyone in Turkey realizes this. So I think it's time that the Turkish people stood together and showed that they are one against any such crimes committed on their lands and against their people. And I am confident that the authorities will get to the bottom of this and also overcome these challenges and rise strongly so that basically the kind of gains that have been made over the past 20 years are not lost and are not scuppered as a result of the criminal activities. That's something that, inshallah, I'm confident about, and I look forward to hearing from other speakers today. Thank